Welcome back to the Ponchak preview. Today is day 5 of our NTI learning, and we are previewing the story Thank You, Ma'am. This is written by Langston Hughes, and it was written during the Harlem Renaissance, which is in the 1920s. And so this is what it says there about the author. If you can read that, it says that it focuses on the struggles and feelings of people in a segregated society. And so just giving a little bit of background into what's going on with our main character. Our main character's name is Roger, and Roger runs into a very interesting character, Miss Luella Bates Jones Washington, and she definitely makes an impression on Roger as they deal with this incident, and it changes his life, and it hopefully she will leave an impression on you. So right now I'm going to go ahead and read the first and second and third paragraph, just to kind of get you into the reading, and you will finish reading the rest on your own. And then today you're going to be answering questions 1 through 5, and you will use the same story for tomorrow's assignment, which will be for questions 6 and 7, all found on your Google Docs through Google Classroom. I have uploaded all of that for you, and I hope you enjoy this preview. So here we go. Thank You, Ma'am, by Langston Hughes. She was a large woman with a large purse that had everything in it but hammer and nails. It had a long strap, and she carried it slung across her shoulder. It was 11 o'clock at night, and she was walking alone, when a boy ran up behind her and tried to snatch her purse. The strap broke with a single tug, and the boy gave from behind. But the boy's weight and the weight of the purse combined caused him to lose his balance, so instead of taking off full blast as he had hoped, the boy fell on his back on the sidewalk and his legs flew up. The large woman simply turned around and kicked him right square in his blue jean sitter. Then she reached down and picked up the boy from his shirt front and shook him until his teeth rattled. After that, the woman said, "Pick up my pocketbook, boy, and give it here." She still held him, but she bent down enough for him to permit him to stoop and pick up her purse. Then she said, "Now ain't you ashamed of yourself?" Interesting. So, I hope you can enjoy reading the rest of the story. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about Miss Luella Bates Jones Washington and Roger and their interaction. I'm going to briefly go over the questions for you just so you can have an idea of what you're going to be doing. And question number 1, it talks about the setting and the character, which is what I just read to you. And there's a little bit more that you can add to it. But what do we know about the setting? Where are we? Not only where, but when. Okay, so I already told you it was in the 1920s. That's important. That does make a difference on the setting. Think about what time of day, not just where it's happening. So that really does make an impact. Think about what the boy is doing. Why is this woman walking alone in the streets at that time? Kind of pick up those details. And I do want at least 2 sentences talking about the setting and 2 sentences talking about the characters. We definitely have 2 characters there that are involved. Awesome. Okay, number 2, it does talk about, as you read on, you'll see in paragraph 13, it says, "I got a great mind to wash your face for you." Kind of think about why Mrs. Jones is offering to wash this boy's face and what does she mean by that, and kind of develop on the situation that's going on, and what does that tell you about Mrs. Jones? She kind of reminds me of Mrs. Morgan a little bit, and how she kind of gives you guys a little tough love sometimes. Number 3, Roger looked at the door, looked at the woman, looked at the door, and went to the sink. The author put that part in italicized writing for a reason. So I want you to think about why. Why would that be important? Okay, it's to stand out. We all get that. When an author changes the writing, the format of it, it's to help stand it out a little bit. But what I want to hear from you guys, why? Why did the author want that part to stand out? Be thinking a little bit about it. She's finally let him go. She turned him loose. So he's got freedom. He looks at the door. Looks at the woman, looks at the door, and goes to the sink. Okay, number 4, Mrs. Jones states, "Shoes come by devilish like that will burn your feet." think about what that means. I'll give you a hint. It does not mean that his feet are on fire. It does not mean that those shoes are hot. Think about what is being alluded here. What metaphor is she kind of talking about by these devilish shoes? And then number 5, this is the part where I know she made an impression on him, and I know she made an impression on you. So my question is, she says, when I get through with you, sir, you gonna remember Miss Luella Bates Jones Washington. Oh, sorry, I've been saying it wrong. Mrs. Luella Bates Washington Jones. Good Lord. So my question for you is, how do you know? How do you know that this woman has made an impression on Roger, that for the rest of his life, he's going to remember her, and he's going to remember the lesson she taught him? So good luck on reading the rest of the story and 1 through 5, and I can't wait to see you in our Zoom. Bye.